Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back once again for the weigh-ins for Bellator's Hawaii weekend. This will be for tomorrow night, Saturday night's Bellator 279. It'll be the second half of our weekend doubleheader here in Hawaii. We welcome you tomorrow night. It'll be at Blaisdell Arena here in Honolulu. Bellator 279 live on Showtime will feature in the main event the featherweight world title fight in a rematch. It'll be the champion, one of MMA's all-time greatest, Chris Cyborg, as she takes on the challenger in her third attempt to capture a world title. That's the Aussie girl, Arlene Angerfist Blencowe. And, of course, tomorrow night, Bellator 279, Saturday night, we will officially kick off Bellator's $1 million Bantamweight World Grand Prix. The quarterfinal round will feature the Interim Bantam title between Archuleta and Stotts. And, of course, tomorrow night, it is the homecoming of one of the island's very own, Bellator's former Flyweight World Champion, the Eliminator, Elimale McFarlane, is back in the Bellator cage. Again, good afternoon or good evening, everyone, and welcome as we get set now for the weigh-ins for Bellator 279. I'm Michael C. Williams. Joining me on stage, Kira and Kamalani with us for the entire weekend here in Hawaii as we get set. Showtime's live on Showtime for tomorrow night, Saturday night. The main card will kick off in the East at 10:30 p.m. West Coast 3 hours earlier at 7:30. And local time here in the islands, that of course 4:30 p.m. is our start time. That is the main card, but don't forget, join us for the prelims, streaming live on YouTube at Bellator MMA and Showtime Sports. And you can catch those prelims. They'll kick off 2 hours before the main card. That is East Coast, 8 o'clock. West Coast, it'll be 8:30 East Coast, 5:30 on the West Coast. And, of course, out here in Hawaii, your start time will be 2:30 p.m. Let's get fighters on the scale now. We'll kick it off with the prelim card, and we'll start things off with bantamweights. It'll be Winsky versus De La Cruz. Your first fighter making his way to the scale, please welcome Jordan I'm Gonna Winsky. (11-3) overall as a professional, fights out of Temecula by way of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Official weight 135.6, 135.6 for Winsky. And now his opponent, Ryan De La Cruz, out of Kali'i, Hawaii. 12-8 as a professional. His official weight 135.2, 135.2 pounds. Winsky versus De La Cruz. Up next, we'll go to the lightweight division. It'll be Dung versus Gibson Jr. First fighter to the scale. Please welcome from Makaha, Hawaii, Nainoa Dung. At 4-2 as a professional, the baby-faced assassin. Back in the Bellator cage, official weight 155.4, 155.4 pounds for Dung. And now his opponent, we welcome the undefeated, fearless Lance Gibson Jr. $155.6 for the undefeated 5-0 Gibson Jr. A featured matchup, lightweights, Nainoa Dong, Fearless Lance Gibson Jr. We go now to the flyweight division. Piles versus Inaba. Your first to the scale, Whitney Piles. At 3-4 as a pro, Christiansburg, Virginia. Official weight 127.4. 127.4 for Piles. And now we welcome the undefeated fighter out of Maui, Hawaii, Sumiko, Lady Samurai Inaba. 125.2. 125.2 for Inaba, who rides a 3-0 streak in the Bellator cage. All 3 of her victories finishes. So far, she now takes on Piles. Here's your fight. Flyweights. Whitney Piles, Sumiko, Lady Samurai Inaba. And now to the featherweight division. It'll be Silva versus Harding. Your first to the scale. From Brazil, please welcome Diana Silva. From Nova Iguaçu, Rio de Janeiro, 9-7 as a pro. Her weight, 145.6. 145.6 for Silva. Her opponent now from Australia, Janae Hollow Point Harding. 6-5 for the fighter out of the Gold Coast, Australia. Her weight officially 146. 146 pounds, even for Harding. There's your featherweight matchup. Diana Silva, Janae Hollow Point Harding. And we'll go now to the lightweights. It'll be King versus Diggs. An island matchup. First to the scale, please welcome Bobby King. Fighting out of Kaysville, Utah, by way of Lahaina, Maui, Hawaii, 11-4 as a pro. King on the scale, 155.2 pounds. 155.2 for King. And now we welcome his opponent back in the Bellator cage, Keone Diggs. Out of Waipahu, Hawaii, near perfect as a pro, 9 victories. Just 1 defeat. His official weight for Diggs, 156 pounds for Keone. There's your matchup, lightweights, Bobby King, Keone Diggs. Lightweights on the prelim card tomorrow night. Again, catch it live streaming on YouTube at Bellator MMA or the Showtime Sports channels. And we go now, welterweight division. It'll be Chokeli versus Yamauchi. First to the scale, we welcome Levan Chokeli. Out of Tbilisi, Georgia. He too near perfect, 10-1. His professional record on the scale, 169.6. 169.6 for Chokeli. His opponent now, out of Curitiba, Paraná, Brazil, Goichi Yamauchi. 26-5 as a professional. The Bellator veteran brings 2 knockouts, 20 wins by way of submission. His weight officially 170.6. 170.6 for Yamauchi. A great matchup in the welterweight Division prelims tomorrow night, Saturday night here in Honolulu. Livan Chokeli Goichi Yamauchi. And now we go to the featherweight division. It'll be Kamaka versus Gonzalez, first to the scale. Please welcome the Fighting Hawaiian, Kai Kamaka. 9-4-1 as a pro, fighting out of Pearl City, Hawaii. His weight officially 145. 145 even for Kamaka. His opponent now out of Greeley, Colorado. Please welcome Justin J-Train Gonzalez. 12-1 overall as a professional. 4 wins by knockout, 1 by submission. J-Train on the scale 145.6. 145.6 for Gonzalez. Featherweights set to throw down Bellator 279. This is Saturday night, second half of our doubleheader here in Hawaii. Kai Kamaka, Justin J-Train Gonzalez. And now we go to the lightweight division. It'll be Medeiros versus Sanchez. First to the scale from Makaha, Hawaii, Yancy Medeiros. 15-8 as a professional. 12 finishes to his credit. His weight, 155.4. 155.4 pounds for Yancy. His opponent now, the 2-time featherweight title challenger, moving up to lightweight. Please welcome Manuel El Matador Sanchez. At 20-7 overall as a pro. His weight, 155.4. Exactly the same, 155.4 also for Sanchez. A great matchup, lightweight division, Yancy Medeiros, Manuel El Matador Sanchez. And now for our final prelim fight, we go Miller versus Field. First fighter to the scale, please welcome Myra Miller. At 1-1 as a pro, Mariah Samaraya Miller, officially. The fight contested at 120 pounds. Her weight officially 119.6. 119.6 for Mariah. And now her opponent out of Windsor, Ontario, Canada, the Rose City Phoenix, Randy Field. At 2-1 as a professional. Field on the scale, 120 on the mark, 120 pounds even. There's your final prelim fight tomorrow night, Bellator 279. Mariah Samaraya Miller and the Rose City Phoenix, Randy Field. And with that, the prelim card complete, weighed in, ready to go. We go to our 4-fight main card live on Showtime. Again, 10:30 start time in the East, 7:30 on the West Coast, 4:30 here, 4:30 local time. It's confusing, right? 4:30 local time here on the island. That'll be our start at Blaisdell Arena. It's anchored by the featherweight world title fight. And, of course, we kick off the quarterfinal round in Bellator's $1 million Bantamweight World Grand Prix. And that is exactly where we will start our weigh-ins, our first quarterfinal round matchup in the $1 million World Grand Prix. We welcome Horiguchi versus Mix, your first fighter to the scale, the former Bellator World Champion Kyoji Karate Kid Horiguchi. The reigning Ryzen champion, former Bellator champion. At 29-4 as a pro on the scale, 134.2. 134.2 for Horiguchi. His opponent now making his way to the scale out of Buffalo by way of Angola. New York, near perfect as a pro, 15-1. The former title challenger, Patchy No Love Mix. 135 even for Mix. 135 even. As we welcome Bellator President, the man that created the $1 million World Grand Prix. This time it's in the Bantamweight division. Mr. Scott Coker faces them off. Quarterfinal round. One fighter will advance to the semis. Quarters begin here. Our first televised fight live on Showtime. Kyoji Horiguchi, Patchy No Love Mix. And now we go to a special feature in the flyweight division. It will be Kish versus McFarlane. Your first fighter to this scale, please welcome Justine Kish. Out of Los Angeles, California. Justine the Machine Kish at 7-5 as a pro. Her weight 125.2. 125.2 for Kish. And now in her return to the Bellator cage, she returns home. Please welcome the former Bellator Flyweight World Champion from Honolulu, Ilimale, the Eliminator McFarlane. 126 even. 126 pounds for the Eliminator. 11-1 overall as a pro. 8 finishes to her credit, 6 by submission. McFarlane returns. Having defended her title formerly here 2 times at Blaisdell, she's back once again. And here is your special feature, our second fight on the main card. Flyweights, Justine the Machine Kish, Ilimale, the Eliminator McFarlane. And now we go back to the quarterfinal round in a $1 million Bantamweight World Grand Prix, which kicks off Saturday night here at Bellator 279. It will be for the interim Bellator Bantamweight title, Stotts versus Archuleta. Your first to the scale, please welcome Rafiana Super Stotts. 17-1 overall as a professional. Out of Milwaukee by way of Houston, Texas on the scale. 135 even. 135 pounds even for Stotts. And now his opponent, please welcome the former Bantamweight World Champion, Juan, the Spaniard, Archuleta. Official weight, 134.6. 134.6 for the 25-3 fighter out of Hesperia, California, the former champ Archuleta. The interim title on the line, quarterfinal round matchup. A spot in the semifinals on the line. Stotts versus Archuleta in the co-main event. And with that now we go to the main event of the evening. 5 rounds for Bellator's Featherweight World Championship. We welcome first the challenger, the Aussie girl, Arlene Angerfist Blencowe. Out of Sydney, Australia, 15-8 as a pro. Her weight officially 144.6. 144.6 for Blencowe. And now we welcome one of As we've said, MMA's all-time greatest, the champion. Please welcome Chris Cyborg. 25-2 as a pro. In her fourth title defense on the scale, 144 even. 144 pounds for the champ, Cyborg. For the challenger, her third world title challenge. For the champion, her fourth defense. Again, tomorrow night's main event. Once again, give it up for Arlene Blencowe and Chris Cyborg. With our second half of the doubleheader here at Bellator Hawaii weighed in and ready to go. We will see you first tonight live on Showtime for Bellator 278 and the fighters that you just saw on the scale tomorrow night. Bellator 279 here. Again, both events right here on the island of Oahu in Honolulu, Hawaii. We thank you for joining us and we'll see you tonight and tomorrow night live on Showtime.